everyone, you are watching the Ready to Stare channel, and I create plus size fashion, travel, and lifestyle content both here on my channel and on my blog readytostare.com. So today I kind of just wanted to sit and do a little video about something that's been kind of on my heart, on my mind, and that is how to deal with envy. So this is something that I think I've struggled for my whole life because I kind of grew up in a family that loved to make comparisons. This is common. I don't hold it against anyone in my family. This is a really common thing for people to do. And it took a really long time for me to learn that what is for me will be for me and what's not won't. And that has been an ongoing struggle in my life. And so I just wanted to talk about how to deal with envy today and how to deal with envy when you are looking at other people on Instagram with bodies that look like yours and you're seeing them have things that you want, but you don't know how to necessarily get there for yourself. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today. So one thing that I think about when I think about envy is when I first started dating my fiance, Gio, last year, I was telling him, I said, well, just wanted to let you know that, like, so glad we met, but you know, my plan is to move to New York because I look at all the plus size bloggers that live in New York and I see all the things they're doing and I just want those opportunities, and I just don't see how I'm ever going to get those opportunities living in Ohio. And he told me, which I really appreciate considering we really didn't know each other that well at this point, he said, you want what they have because of envy. And you need to examine why you really want those things and why you feel like you can't do those things for yourself in your own way. I really valued Gio's honesty in that moment because I have had those feelings of I see something and I want it and I don't understand why it can't be for me. And I was ready to uproot my entire life because of what I thought somebody else, lots of somebody else's had, and I thought that changing my life was the only way to get what I wanted. And sometimes that's absolutely true. I have uprooted my life many times. I moved to Chicago when I was 18. I moved to Atlanta when I was 25. And then I ended up moving back to Ohio when I was 26. So I've uprooted my life many times, and I was totally ready at the age of 29 to do it again because I felt like no one cares about me because I'm in Ohio. And at the end of the day, I realized that that was a limiting belief that I really had. And what I really thought was opportunity was really envy. And so shout out to Gio, because of him, I am still in Ohio. And that's not to say that that's necessarily where I'll be forever, but I didn't make a decision based on envy. And I really appreciate that. So he continues to check me about this. And just a few weeks ago, I was scrolling through Instagram and I was like, oh, wow. This one girl that I follow, I love her. She's so inspiring. I've met her in person. She's so nice, so sweet. But every time I look at her feed, it makes me feel bad about myself. And I just can't help thinking, I want those opportunities that I see that she has. And Gio was like, we don't talk like that. We don't look at what other people have and wish we had it, because that is negative energy and you are blocking your own blessings by putting that energy into those feelings. And it's not necessary because you don't know the whole story. And I think that's what's so important about envy, is that it's so easy, especially on Instagram, to look at what someone has and think, why don't I have that? I don't understand. Like, they have what I want and why don't I have it? It must be because I'm not good enough. Trust me, this train of thought is still unfortunately grained into my head, and it's something that I'm working on really, really, really hard. Some people don't know the full story. You know, people look at me and my relationship and they, think everything is perfect, and they don't know the healing process that I had to go to get to this point, being a survivor of sexual assault, having extreme PTSD from that, and just having to heal and grow and be in years and years and years and years of therapy to get to the point where I felt like I could have a healthy relationship that was mutual and that was built on mutuality, and that was with a person who matched me in terms of drive and passion and compassion. And it took a long time for me to get here. And I think it's easy to look at the destination and forget the journey. And I do that too. I'm totally guilty of it. So today I don't know if I'm offering any solutions so much as I'm just saying, if you are feeling envious, hit that mute button, unfollow. I hope it's not me, but if it is, I understand, because I don't want anyone to feel like looking at me makes them feel bad about themselves, and looking at somebody else shouldn't make you feel that way. And if it does, you need to look inside yourself and say, what do I still have to deal with? Why does this make me feel that way? Because it's about you. Those feelings of envy are not about the other person at all. And I'm admitting this as a person who feels envy. It's not about that other person. It's totally about me. So what about that situation triggers that feeling of envy? And so then I also, it's okay to hit that unfollow button. It's okay to hit mute. It is okay to give your congratulations and then say, I'm going to peace out for a little bit and I'll be back when I can. Those are all totally valid and amazing things to do for your own self-care. You have to figure out what is that roadblock for you that's causing that envy. And it is okay to voice that to a person who's supportive, but don't let that envy change your behavior. Don't let it change your behavior to the outside world, to the way that you treat yourself. Allow yourself to feel it, say your feelings are valid, and then use that as a way to say, okay, that feeling is valid. Now what do I do? What do I do to handle that feeling? Therapy is a great option. Affirmations is a great option. So I talked with my best friend and she had some amazing affirmations for us related to this. So I'm going to read some of those. So one of the affirmations that you can repeat to yourself if you are feeling envious is, I am in the process of becoming the best version of myself. I am in the process of becoming the best version of myself. And I think that that's really powerful, because when we're feeling envy, it's so easy to use that as a way to put ourselves down. So instead of that, say, you know what? I'm in process. I'm becoming that best version of myself. And that doesn't have anything to do with anybody else but me. And that kind of brings the power back to you to change those feelings of negativity and turn them around. The next affirmation is, I am attracting abundance and energy from the universe. And so this just means, again, instead of harboring those feelings of negativity, instead of feeling like you're a problem and you're a problem that needs to be changed, think of yourself bringing positivity into your life, bringing abundance. Spend your energy there. Spend your thoughts there instead. And don't get stuck in envy, because it can be really harmful and dangerous, and it's not worth it. What you see on the gram is not real life. It's a part of the story. It's never the whole story. Even someone who is as vulnerable and upfront with their life as I think I am, you don't know everything. You just don't know everything. Instagram is curated. So when you are feeling sad because you're looking at Instagram and you're just seeing somebody have something that you want, first pause and think, I'm not getting the whole story. So I'm upset about something. My feelings are valid. There's something there I need to explore, but I don't know the whole story. I don't know what they've been through. I don't know what they have gone through to get to this point. I don't know the whole story, but I know my whole story. So I'm going to take the time to sit with these feelings, but I'm not going to dwell on them. I'm going to sit, I'm going to process, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to let it go. And I think that that is a good way to handle when you're feeling envious. If you have any more tips, I'd love to hear them, because like I said, I'm human. I'm definitely still dealing with these things myself. So let me know, what are your affirmations? How do you deal with envy? Let me know in the comments below. And I hope you all have an amazing, amazing day, and that you attract some positivity into your life. Bye.